with a spray tan and jeans with some stretch in them, who people wanted to come out and see. The reason this has all happened to me is because of y'all. You found me, and now I hope this book finds you. The stories in What in the World are about being a woman, a daughter, a mother, and a wife, and finding my own voice after so many years of trying to figure out what in the world that even means. Through good times, like earning a college degree, getting married, and landing a TV deal, and bad times, like dropping out of college, getting divorced, and watching my TV deal disappear before my eyes, God was always with me to show me a door, either the way out of a tough situation or the way into something better. I've ridden the roller coaster, sometimes loving it and sometimes screaming to get off. Whenever I was kicked in the teeth by life, people would talk about the silver lining, and I'd say, I don't see it. Are you crazy? It took me a long time to figure out that I needed to be grateful for the valleys, because God had me there for a reason. What I learned sustained me until the next mountaintop, and hallelujah, it gave me great stories to tell. My overriding what in the world amazement about where I am now is that all the hard times I've faced in the past suddenly make perfect sense to me. God's presence in everything I've gone through up to this point is so evident. I have tears running down my face as I read this. We've all had joy and heartbreak. We've all had ups and downs. I've survived mine by trying to find the funny in every situation and eventually having the faith that things will sort themselves out. It may take a while, but in the end, everything's going to be all right. Every time you find yourself saying, what in the world? You're one step closer to getting where you want to go. Chapter 1, Meet the Fletchers. The thing about families is that growing up, you think yours is just like everyone else's because it's all you know. As an adult, you look back and think, whoa, we were so not normal. I always knew as a child that the Fletchers were not normal for Adams, Tennessee, where I grew up. It wasn't until later that I realized we weren't normal for anywhere. Adams is a town of approximately 500 people. It is so close to the northern border that if you threw a piece of fried chicken as hard as you could, you might hit Kentucky. Best fried chicken in the world. In Adams, most everyone was the same. They had the same houses, farms, clothes, attitudes, everything. My family was just like the rest in some ways. I came from farming people on both sides. We didn't live in a mansion or anything. Our house was a 1,400 square foot ranch with 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, and 1.5 bathrooms. All the land around us was grazed on by cows, horses, pigs, and mules. We were always driving slow behind tractors and combines and waving to everyone as we went by. But we were different in other ways that, in my mind, made us special. We had our own Coca-Cola machine. The biggest thing that set my family apart from all the farmers in Adams was that the Fletchers were also business owners. My daddy, Jimmy Fletcher, ran the only grocery store for 20 miles. The store was like our family stage, where everyone in town came to hang out and visit with us and watch us work. Daddy had learned amazing butcher skills at a previous job at Kroger, and people loved how he cut up meat. Then he'd wrap it up pretty in butcher paper and tape it like a Christmas present. My mama, Lucille, worked part-time at the cash register and had a ball talking to everyone while smoking a Winston Light, drinking a tab, and occasionally wearing a hairpiece that made her look like Bridget Bardot. I wasn't the only one who thought she was the most glamorous woman in Adams. And then there was me, little Miss Early Talker. By the time I was in kindergarten, Mama would prop me up on the counter by the cash register and call the customers to gather around and listen to whatever came out of my mouth. Leanne, tell them your favorite flavor of ice cream, she said. I didn't need prompting. I held court to a half a dozen farmers, Mama's friends, and a clutch of grandmas about the virtues of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And then the punchline, but I love pinto beans too. Everyone laughed, and then they went back to chewing tobacco and squeezing tomatoes. People might have come for the Coca-Cola machine, but they stayed for the wit. On Mondays, the new supplies came in. My sister, Beth, and I helped stock the shelves. I thought of this as a big responsibility. I'm sure I was no help at all. I would work